What's good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cat back with another Xenoverse 2 video for you guys today. We are here to take a look at all the Kamehameha supers in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9 to see which one of them is really the best, because just like all the ultimates, guys, all the Kamehameha ultimates for the most part, all the supers for the most part were buffed as well when it comes to the Kamehamehas in Xenoverse 2. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today and seeing which one of these is truly the best. And we're going to be pretty much doing it the same way. I'm going to basically go in order for you guys from worst to best, and then at the end of the video, just like we I don't believe I actually did that last time. I may have, I don't remember, but I will have a chart at the end of this video for you guys, because a lot of you guys really do enjoy the charts that I put in these test kind of videos. So again, I will have that at the end for you guys, so definitely rest assured for those who are actually wondering about that. But let's jump straight into this video, seeing which Kamehameha super attack is truly the best in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, jumping straight into this with number 7, guys, because there are 7 Kamehameha supers in the game. At number 7, we have one that has honestly been the worst Kamehameha in the game since the game has dropped. Even though it got a buff, Kamehameha is still the worst Kamehameha in this game without question. There's nothing you can do with it besides just the initial damage. 3,511 damage really isn't that much. It would have been a decent amount before this patch came in, but post-patch with all these other moves doing so much damage as well, 3,511 damage really is not that great at all. Yes, you can use this move in multiple ways very easily. Knock back, knock away, really doesn't matter. The move is very fast, but at the same time, again, that damage is just very lackluster for where Xenoverse 2 is now. Like I said, if it was doing this type of damage before the patch, then it would have been a fairly good move. But again, since it is post-patch, Kamehameha is still fairly weak, even though it got a buff compared to the other Kamehamehas, as you guys will see in this video, and just other super attacks in general, really not making it that great of a skill, even though it did get a buff. So that is why we have this one coming in at number 7, guys. But let's move on to number 6.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, moving on to number 6. At number 6, we have one that's honestly probably going to shock a lot of people. If it wasn't for the PvE use of this move, I may have even put it at number 7, just because of where the damage is in comparison to other Kamehamehas now, and the uses for it just really aren't that, there's not that many if you want to get that full damage from it. As you guys see, Big Bang Kamehameha, again, this may come as a shock to a lot of people, but it's doing 7,023 damage, which is good damage, do not get me wrong. But if you're talking about the uses for this move, really the only way people like to use this move is in a PvE aspect. When you are transformed and you use Big Bang Kamehameha to basically appear right on your opponents, you're going to get a good amount of damage, as you see with 9,075. But also, as you will see through this video, there are other Kamehamehas that are doing just as much, if not more, damage than this move now. So it definitely just does not become as high on the list, because it really only has a PvE use, and you can use other skills in PvE that are going to do just as much or more damage, and are even easier to use as than Big Bang Kamehameha as well. So that's why we do have this move coming in so low on the list. It used to be one that was like a top 3, maybe top 4 Kamehameha super in the game without doubt. But now post DLC 9, again, this move just really is not that great all around, especially when you compare it to the others that we're about to go through on this list. But that's it for number 6 right here, coming in with Big Bang Kamehameha. Let's move on to the number 5 Kamehameha super in Xenoverse 2.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, moving on to the number 5 Kamehameha super in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. We have one that honestly used to be in the top 3 easily without question, and now is honestly just not that great at all. And that is Burst Kamehameha, guys. Burst Kamehameha, yes, it did get an increase in its damage, but the increase in damage really wasn't that great. As you see, 5,257 damage. That is not that much at all, honestly, especially considering the fact that you are taking 2 key bars to use this move. That is the max damage you're going to get with the max amount of hits of 23 with Burst Kamehameha, coming in at 5,416. For taking 2 bars a key, that's really not that great of damage when you really actually actually think about it, and especially when you see it compared to other 2-bar ki Kamehamehas like you will later on in the video. So again, that's really why we have this move coming in at number 5. The damage buff that it got just really was not good enough to keep it in the top ranks of Kamehameha supers in Xenoverse 2. Now, of course, yes, you can use this move off of knock away, knock down combos, anything like that. Very easy to use and all stuff like that, but still, again, at the same time, for 2 bars of ki, you're really not getting much damage from the move, and if you don't put that second input in, then you're definitely not getting much damage at all from this move, as you see with 2,388 damage. So those are the reasons why we have this coming in at the number 5 Kamehameha Super in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. But let's keep this thing moving, guys, and get on to the number 4 slot.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, moving on to the number 4 Kamehameha in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. We have one that was always considered to be one of the worst, but now with this DLC 9 buff to it, it has actually become a lot better and way more viable in my opinion, and that is Bending Kamehameha, guys. Check out the damage right there, 4,952. When you think about that in comparison, especially to a move like Burst Kamehameha, you're getting 400 to 500 less damage for 1 bar less of ki at the same time. So that 1 bar of ki that comes with Burst Kamehameha, even though it's doing more damage, it is still not worth it and definitely does not make it better than Bending Kamehameha due to that reason. Now, Bending Kamehameha can be used in the same ways as Burst Kamehameha as well, off of a knockdown, knock away. But one thing you want to make sure when using it off of a knock away, you have to use the additional input, guys. If you do not use the additional input with this move off of a knock away attack, hold on. But off of a knockaway attack, that's what's basically going to happen right there. The move is not going to actually connect. So again, you want to make sure you hit that additional input and make the Kamehameha actually, you know, bend and stuff. So that is why we have this move coming in at number 4 though, guys, because it's very easy to use. Can use it off of knockaways, knockbacks, really doesn't matter. And at the same time, 5,000 damage coming from this move is fairly good, especially considering it's only taking 1 bar ki to actually utilize it, and it has a very quick startup as well. So that's why we have this move coming in at the number 4 slot on the Kamehameha Supers post DLC 9. But now we only have the top 3. The 3 best Kamehameha Supers in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. So let's jump into it.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, moving on to the number 3 Kamehameha in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. We have the straight up OG, just regular Kamehameha, guys. This Kamehameha was honestly buffed to be very, very good. I mean, you see 6,222 damage when you fully charge the move. If you give yourself a mid-charge with this move, you're getting 5,265, which is basically what Burst Kamehameha was going to give you. And if you give no charge to this move, you're still getting 4,308. This move is very fast, very easy to use like most of the other Kamehamehas. It can be used off of the knockaway, the knockdown, things like that. And when you use this move off of a knockaway, you're usually looking for that first bit of charge to actually activate to where you're going to get the most damage from the move at the same time. That's something you guys want to keep in mind. You want to try and get that first bit of charge, and as you see, I got it right there, and I was still able to connect the move and land it very easily. The combo still continued, letting us know that it will work online as well. So again, man, this move to me is barely ahead of Bending Kamehameha, but the simple fact that you are able to get that second charge off, whether it be a knockaway or knockdown attack, and still use the move, you are getting more damage from it, and it still has the full charge feature. And of course, if you are in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution or any kind of transformation really, with this skill using Kamehameha, you will teleport on your opponent as well. So that's another feature that this move does have over Bending Kamehameha. So for those reasons, that is why we have this coming in at number 3, at the number 3 spot for Kamehameha Supers in Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. But now we have the 2 best, the final 2 that are honestly kind of crazy. When you guys see what I'm about to show you, you're going to be like, wow, they're really doing that kind of damage, huh? So that's enough talking from me. Let's jump into it and move on to the number 2 spot.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, moving on to the number 2 Kamehameha on this list. Honestly, it was a tough choice. It was very hard to choose between Kaioken Kamehameha and ×10, but I have to put Kaioken at number 2, guys, for these reasons right here. First and foremost, the damage is absolutely insane. Check this out. 7,495 damage. When you really think about it in comparison to a move like Big Bang Kamehameha, it's the main reason why I have Big Bang so low on the list. This move right here is doing more damage than Big Bang Kamehameha and is way easier to use. There's no charging or anything like that necessary with this move to get that max damage, and you're still getting a whole lot of it at the same time. It's literally doing almost 500 damage more and does not require a charge up or anything like that, and can be used way easier than Big Bang. So again, for those who are maybe still be wondering, it's another reason why we have Big Bang so low, because the other Kamehamehas are just so viable, can be used in all ways, and they're still doing good damage, if not more damage than Big Bang does. So that's one of the reasons we have it coming in at number 2 on this list. But I mean, again, very, very easy to use, like all Kamehamehas are. Oops, wrong move actually right there. Very easy to use though, the Kaioken. Very fast startup, used off the knockaways, knockdowns. The one main downfall, I guess you could kind of say with this move, it has a very slow ending. So if you miss or something like that with this move, which I don't know why you should, you're kind of gonna be left wide open. But for the most part, that really does not come into effect in a negative way at all. It's just if you try and use this in a random Kaioken Kamehameha and you miss your opponent, you will be left wide open, which is the case with most moves. It's just Kaioken has a little bit of an extended period after you use it. So again, those are the reasons we have it coming in at number 2. Great damage, very easy to use, very fast as far as terms of speed and things like that. All around, just a very, very good move post DLC 9. Always has been a good move, but post DLC 9 just kind of made it a little bit OP, not gonna lie. 7,495 damage from a super attack, that's a bit insane. But that's it for number 2 with Kaioken Kamehameha. Now let's move on to that number 1 spot with times 10 Kamehameha.
Maybach music.
Alright, y'all, here we are with times 10. I mean, everybody kind of knew that this was coming in at the number 1 spot once we had Kaioken come in at number 2. But times 10, man, it's just, it's wow. This move, the damage is insane. I mean, when you just use it straight up, I didn't even charge it. 6,065 damage. No charge done needed or anything like that to get 6,065. When you put the slightest bit of charge into it, just a little bit, you're getting 7,027. When you take it to the next step, you are now getting 7,983. And if you fully charge this move, it becomes a literal ultimate at 9,896 damage. That is more damage than some of the ults in Xenoverse 2. It's guaranteed more damage than some of the ults in this game. Probably about 30% of the ults, this move is doing more damage than when you actually fully charge it. Think about how insane that truly is. Do you even need any ultimates on a build with times 10 Kamehameha? I'm going to tell you right now, you really don't. Because once you stamina break your opponent going to the stamina break combo, just use a fully charged times 10 Kamehameha in the spot of your ultimate. You're still going to do insane damage with this move, and it only requires 2 bars of ki as opposed to 3 to 5 or maybe even more with some ultimates in this game. So again, man, this move is just off the charts crazy as far as the damage goes. Very easy to use, just like all the other Kamehamehas as well. There's really no downfall to it or anything like that. Just an all-around insane move, honestly, post DLC 9. Like, this move was honestly getting better and better through each and every single update, and now it's just reached a point of like jaw-dropping wowness how much damage this move is truly doing. So again, that is why we have it coming in at the number 1 spot on this list right here, guys. But now we're gonna move on to the chart, like I promised I would have at the end of the video for you guys, basically just showcasing all the damages and stuff side by side, so you can see that at the end, instead of having to maybe go back through certain parts of the video to compare them. I will have it side by side, like I said, again on this chart. Alright, y'all, here we are with the chart that I did put together for you guys. Again, basically, I was just going to have the ranking of these moves along with the damage right next to them. And again, at number 1, we had times 10. At number 2, we had Kaioken. At number 3, we had the OG regular Kamehameha. At number 4, we had Bending. 5, Burst Kamehameha. 6, Big Bang. And 7, we had Kamehameha. Rounding it out at the last one on this list. But basically, guys, it's not based off damage. As you guys can see, I mean, Big Bang is literally the 3rd highest damage on the list, but it's coming in at number 6. These are literally here for the reasons that I explained throughout the video, whether it be ease of use, damage, speed, things like that. Those are all factors in putting together this ranking of these Kamehamehas. And again, to me, the 2 best without question are definitely Times 10 and Kaioken. Those have honestly become kind of insane. Kaioken doing almost 7,500 damage with just 2 bars of ki, doesn't take any charge up or anything like that, just literally instantaneous damage. And then you got Times 10 that can do up to 9,896, but it's going to consistently get you somewhere between 7 and 8,000 depending on which charge you use during combos and things like that. So again, man, those 2 without doubt are the best 2 on Xenoverse 2 post DLC 9. But let me know what you guys think. Is your list similar to mine? Is it the same, or is it completely different? I don't see how it could honestly be completely different in ranking these right here. But let me know what you guys' list is looking like down below in the comments. And as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.